Hello and welcome to Opposites React to Reddit Stories. I'm Courtney.
I'm Whitney.
I'm Ashley.
And today I have one that comes from relationship advice. This is a person looking for some relationship advice.
And so they posted, is this like, so this is a separate forum and they just post their what was me stories to ask for help.
Yeah, so you've got like, am I the asshole? Where they're like, am I the asshole?
Okay, so this is just, I need
and this is like,
relationship
I need
help.
relationship advice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I picked this one because this is one where the responses were not what I thought they would be.
Okay.
So, how do I, male 25, stop devaluing my partner's female 47 wishes?
Oh, he is,
Around.
yes. She's
Cougar.
Wait, so it's
No,
a 47 and a 35-year-old?
No, a 25-year-old. So the thing
25.
is, that's why I'm like, if the roles were reversed, we'd be like, oh my gosh, leave this relationship. He's a predator.
I don't think I will. I don't know what he's asking for advice for. I was like, I don't know. I have
to hear the whole story.
Yes.
Yeah. Because for me, that bigger age gap, when somebody's in their 20s, instant red flag for me. Like,
Or, honey, you're on your
I was
way.
going to say, sounds like she made it.
Right? Good job. How big's your portfolio?
Okay.
How close is he on his way to being kicking it? Yes.
Okay. But,
Go dig away, sweetheart. You've got it.
But
All
that's
right.
the reverse. This is the male that
He's
is
the younger
25
one.
and a female that's 47.
And also good for you, sir.
Yeah.
Right?
Whichever.
I have been dating a woman that's almost double my age for about a year now.
Sorry. Okay. we're putting it on silent. My child can wait. Okay.
We had different kinds of struggles in that year already, but always pushed through. Now I don't know what to do since what happened yesterday. She was working in her home office for 2 hours while I made food. She told me to use the masher for mashed potatoes instead of the blender. After an hour of cooking, I got to do the mashed potatoes, and without thinking, I just used the blender. She got really upset, and out of reflex, I said that I just misunderstood, which made her even more mad, to the point where she wants to break up. I was trying to really think why I did that, and I know that I didn't purposefully choose to go against her wish, but I did it anyway. I came to the conclusion that I must have thought that it wouldn't make a difference, but it does. I don't understand why I did it and how I can stop it from happening again, since it's not the first time something like that has happened. Thanks in advance for the advice. If I need to give more details, feel free to ask, and I will point out that this was posted 13 hours ago.
Okay.
I know exactly what happened.
Go ahead.
Well, basically, he basically just thought it doesn't make a difference and just went for it. And he didn't realize that when you blend mashed potatoes, it makes them gummy.
Yeah.
But also,
I actually don't think it's about the blender or about the potatoes themselves. I was thinking like, dude, she's working in her home office. If she's 47, she is a boss babe providing. I'm sorry, dude, that you have time to make your food during work hours.
Oh, no, he's making food for both of them.
She's
okay, that's for both of them.
That's
So
nice.
he's working too. He's just not getting paid for the thing he's doing.
Well, he gets paid another.
He's mandingoing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's totally fine.
So, and that's
However,
fine, but she's either pissed about the noise of the blender. Yeah, she's pissed about the noise of the blender or the texture of mashed potatoes. If it was the texture of the mashed potatoes, I'd be like, okay, lady, calm down. But if it's the noise of the blender, then it's like...
Especially if he said, I've done this several times before, where it's like, I'm working, I need, like, everybody has a job, right? My job as a homemaker doesn't need complete silence. So it's fine. It's not a big deal. But my husband, who works at home, sometimes he'll tell me in advance, hey, I've got a really important phone call. Can you not, be banging around and shampooing carpets and stuff like that? And so out of respect for each other, I pay attention and don't do the thing he asked me not to do when he asked me. So to me, that seems like, dude, she communicated what she needed. And out of respect for her, because to me, I think it's about the noise, not about the mashed potatoes.
For her.
For
him, because he's asking, how do I stop doing this? I think it's a subconscious need for control.
Could be.
Yeah, I think
he doesn't appreciate the dynamic.
Well, I think he in a relationship like this where there's such a huge, because there's going to be a power imbalance with the age gap and probably the income gap.
Maybe, yeah.
And probably the intelligence and maturity gap.
Right. And you were asking, would we feel the same way if the roles were reversed? And I absolutely would still feel the same way. If it was an older man
getting upset
with his girlfriend
about the blender,
I would think it's the same thing. It's about the noise. They're trying to work.
Mm-hmm. However, sorry.
Well, and I think it's the same thing where it's okay if we had spouses around while we're filming, mm-hmm. and they're just, I don't care, even though we said, hey, we're filming, we need you to be quiet.
I get irritated.
That would be rude, because I would feel that they're not valuing what I'm doing, whether it's for income or a passion project or anything.
Yeah.
They should value mm-hmm. They should care about what I care about enough as just respect.
Right. Mm-hmm. But as far as it being like a subconscious, because there's a different power dynamic in their relationship, and it could happen if the roles were reversed, where mm-hmm. you're always telling me what to do. Oh, you're going to give me instructions on how to make mashed potatoes, and he's sitting there claiming like, I've done this before and I don't know why I keep doing it. So if you don't know why you keep doing it, maybe it's a subconscious need for power, where it's I'm doing this. Like, it's I'm holding on to something, I'm going to choose how to make the mashed potatoes. And he didn't realize it was just about the noise. Maybe she didn't communicate clearly or effectively.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I've got a call. Please just use the blender so that it doesn't.
Or the masher.
Use the masher so that it disrupts my call.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if he's intentionally leaving stuff out.
It sounds a little spun.
Because when I read this, like, I didn't think about the noise of the blender. I thought maybe she's just, I prefer my mashed potatoes made with, because you mean, like, yeah, you use a blender. You're not making mashed potatoes. You're making a potato puree at that point.
And it's gummy.
Yeah, and it's just not
breaks down the starches.
So I was thinking, but to get upset over something like that,
seems
regardless, exactly. I'm like, that seems a little bit controlling. And if the roles were reversed and this was a younger woman and an older man, it'd be like, dude, she's really controlling. Who cares? But also, and then when he said, I've done stuff like this before. Because I wasn't thinking about the noise of the blender, I was thinking more like, I like my mashed potatoes made this way, and it's like, okay, so
you're fighting about mashed potatoes,
and then he's like, and I've gone against her wishes other ways, but it's like, is it other really small ways where you're just used to making it this way, and you just slipped your mind that she likes it this other way, and now she's upset with you?
Yeah, I honestly, I mean, it has to be not about the actual mashed potatoes.
It's subverting the control. He feels because she's probably the primary breadwinner, because she's older, because like that level of control or power in the relationship, it seems like a little bit of a subconscious subversion.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But which maybe he's not aware that he's doing. Maybe he is.
But I can't understand. I think she's totally justified in being upset.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think for me, I also tend to like, I don't, whenever I say huge age gap, I'm always like,
Yes, I know you're not a big fan.
No, I'm like, you should just date age appropriate people.
I do have we have very close friends who have a large age gap.
Yeah.
And they have a very successful, very happy relationship. Yeah. And so I remember you saying that, and that, you're biased against that. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's not everybody.
Yeah. But I'm not saying it can never work, but I'm saying 99% of the time,
you feel like it wouldn't.
Yeah, not even that it wouldn't. It's that there's something wrong there. Like if there's like a 40-something-year-old man dating a 25-year-old, it's like, dude, get over your midlife crisis.
Well, I feel like, honestly, I feel like in those situations, both people are getting something out of it. If the old guy wants to date a young girl, then he wants a young girl either as a trophy, or because he only likes the way that young women look, or he wants to take advantage of the naivete. There's reasons.
He
genuinely loves them.
Or he works really well with a more naive young lady.
Like, because he wants to be controlling.
But not necessarily controlling. Maybe because they're, old jaded bitches like us are going to call out every single thing that he does, and he doesn't want to hear it. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's what it is. But on the same token, the young girl is receiving benefits too. She's receiving the benefit of someone who's already established. She's receiving the benefit of someone who has a little bit more maturity. And like, there's benefits on both sides. It's a mutually beneficial thing. Nobody's a prisoner there. And so, like, at the same token, the older woman with the younger guy is reaping the benefit of someone who's maybe got a little bit more virility. Somebody who she's also receiving a little. It's not always beneficial when the roles are reversed and it's an older woman, younger man, because whereas the benefit for an older man, younger woman is the naivete of a younger female. I mean, maybe there are some women who love the naivete of a younger man.
I gotta be honest though, I think saying you want somebody for their naivete is concerning.
I don't feel that way, only because I think it's just a personality dynamic. And again, at least in the United States, leave the relationship.
Yeah.
Like, do you see what I mean? Like, they're not a prisoner. So obviously you're getting something out of it.
Both people are getting something out of it if they're choosing to.
Yeah. So I don't ever think that's concerning.
Yeah.
I also don't concern myself with
other people.
Yeah, I do think though that sometimes it can be dangerous, because if you've got this huge power imbalance, like the older person is the one making all the money and stuff like that, well then you feel like maybe you can't leave, because it's like, how am I going to support myself or something like that if I leave? Right.
Those are all factors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those are factors in any relationship.
Yeah.
Those are any
with
relationship.
with a specific breadwinner and somebody whose role is to not be a breadwinner.
Yeah.
Right.
Me and my
You can be the
husband
same
are
age.
pretty much the same age, and that's our dynamic.
But I always, whenever it's a huge age gap, it's also just one of those things where it's just like, what
it's a bias that makes you uncomfortable.
It does.
Yeah.
And I think it's also just because when I was doing like dating apps and stuff like that, every now and then you would see somebody who would, their picture, and then you look at their profile and they're like, it says they're 35, and then it's like, I'm actually 55, not 35. And then when
Why
you
would
talk,
they lie?
because they're like, well, a lot of women will set their age to a certain limit. They're like, oh yeah, I only want to date somebody who's like, within plus minus 5 years of me, right? And so the guy's like, well, I'm never going to see the younger ladies that I want to date. And it's like, dude, why are you trying to date a younger lady? Because I asked a couple of them, like, what's going on there? And he's like, well, I want kids. And it's like, well,
That's
bud,
fair.
well, no, it's not, because it's like, well, bud, you're 55, and just like women 55, you missed your chance.
I don't think so. Men can have kids well into their.
See, I
really,
like to
really
think
old.
if women have an expiration date, so do men. Like,
No, but
biology works differently.
biology's different.
yeah, I don't think biology. I think socially. Like, you missed your chance, but you don't make enough money for this.
But I see, and I disagree. But that's okay.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah,
well, what
I'm
did the
thinking,
comments
like,
say?
if
Hold on,
you-
let's get back to the
yeah.
story. What did the comments say?
So, first one is, and you lied, quote, misunderstood. At least own your choices.
Lie.
So he's saying that this person is saying that he doesn't think, because the guy is saying, and I told her that I just must have misunderstood. And he goes, oh, no, you lied. You didn't misunderstand. Own your choice. You chose to do that.
I don't think he necessarily lied.
Exactly.
I don't think it's a
the
lie.
guy-
I think it probably
I think that he probably was just like, oh yeah, she wants me to use the blender or the masher, but this is fine.
Yeah,
like,
this is fast.
I misunderstood the gravity of what you were asking.
maybe like he was like, I misunderstood why you asked me to use the masher.
Right. You didn't communicate clearly why it was necessary to use the masher, so I therefore misunderstood what it was about.
I could see that.
Yeah. Now
So
this
lie.
next one is you immediately leave her because she's about 1,000 years too old for you. And then the reply to that is, I'm 2 years older than OP's partner, and I can't imagine being with a 25-year-old. It makes me feel very icky. That's like a baby adult. I feel, let's see.
Listen, I wouldn't want to be with the 25. I'm 42.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be with the 25-year-old because, quite frankly, my husband's only 18 months younger than me, and I feel like half the time I'm taking care of him. So, no, I wouldn't want to be with the 25-year-old. But you know what? Some people are into that. And
Yeah, I feel like
different strokes for different folks.
Yeah. And then the last one is perhaps consider therapy since this has become a pattern.
I can see that. If this is a pattern,
And
you need
that's what
to-
you would find out in therapy, that it's a power subversion.
yeah. So there we go.
Yep.
All right. Well, OP,
Best of luck in your relationship.
right? I mean, I feel like I wanted to know more of why that she asked him to use. I'm sure, but that's okay.
It's got to be about the noise.
That's the only thing I can
listen, if it was about the consistency,
but the second you mentioned, it's like, oh yeah,
it's
I have
noise, yeah.
like, and you have
My husband works at home too, yeah.
We have spouses who work from home,
Yeah.
and so that is a very common thing. Like, hey, I've got something important. Anyways,
See, I work from home, but like
your kids aren't
my
here
kids
yet.
are at school,
Yeah.
so I'm like, I'm here alone.
All right, guys, like and subscribe. Check out our next story. Bye.
The same cabinet where I keep my medicine.
it's the medicine.
Yes.
She can't call it a fridge thing if it's in the medicine cabinet.
Yep.
I gotta get some medicines.